who makes
Mhm.
about $8 million a year, is in his 30s, and is comfortably part of the Cabo clique.
Ooh, that would be Kyle Juszczyk.
Exactamundo. We are paying a fullback in his 30s
Thank you.
$8 million a year to barely do anything.
To barely do it. I'm not saying he's not good, but I made this point during the season. Like, they don't use him. What they do is they put him in motion, and he just wears out grass. He'll make some blocks, sure, but you're not paid. He's not making $8 million worth of blocks on this team. They're not even that great of a running team. Like, what is the deal here?
Mm-mm. And then
No.
That goes into the situation where I know
26 touches last season. 26.
26.
26.
And
26 touches.
The nerve to sit here and say, you know what? If Jimmy Ward was in Cabo, would he be re-signed right now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, what if Jimmy Ward had never gone on my channel and done my interview? Would he be on the team right now? If Jimmy Ward didn't go and say on his Instagram Live, I like Grant because he says it how it is. I can't say it. I'm on the team, but he can say it. Would he still be on the team? I don't know. Seemed like he kind of went independent after getting that last contract. And when you do that, they kind of don't invite you back on the team. That's what I noticed.
If I was a player, I would want to play for the 49ers too, because I have a say in personnel decisions if I can become part of the Cabo clique.
Real quick, let's get this accurate. Kyle Juszczyk's cap number, he's 32 this year. His cap number is $6.5 million. Next year, it'll be $7.5 million. This is for like 1.5 touches per game, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's over Kyle Shanahan's house right now having an omelet.
Yeah, because just to make sure he doesn't get cut. Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle, this is the best omelet I've ever had. Thank you so much. What did you put in this omelet? This is a special omelet.
So let's look at the state of things today. Oh, in the past, in 2019, we could run the ball left, we can run the ball right.
And they got to the Super Bowl.
Run the ball right is because of McGlinchey was playing at his
was actually good back then. Yeah, he hadn't torn his quad muscle yet. Yep.
Flash forward to today, Mike McGlinchey makes more than all three of our quarterbacks combined.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane.
I have this to say with you. I do have a disagreement. I absolutely believe that Kaepernick was really good at the zone read because he was born in it. He was bred in it. He was it.
He was. He really was. He really was. He was the pistol. He was the pistol.
He was the pistol, right? Now, once the league caught up with him, it was over. Trey Lance is not good at that.
Also, once they lost Anthony Davis and downgraded to Jonathan Martin at right tackle and became a left-handed running game, the whole offense fell apart.
Exactly.
You got to be able to run left and right.
Exactly. Which is something right now we can.
You're not going to be able to run right behind Burford and McKivitz? Get the hell out of here. Not going to happen. No.
It's not going to happen. So
that's what fans aren't thinking about. It's not just about pass protection. It's about a balanced running game, too. Sorry to keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you're right. But quality control, please.
Trying.
I'm not saying that this is something that the 49ers should do with Trey. This dude what Trey does. If he's under the center.
He's not a zone read runner. He's not.
Let me ask you a question. You and I are both Steve Young guys.
Yes.
Steve Young would not work in his own read.
He never did it. He never did it.
Work in it. It wouldn't work with Steve Young. Steve Young doesn't have that extra little juice to get from here to get from there. That's what I'm saying.
He was a scrambler.
I think that Trey Lance is more of that type of quarterback.
Honestly, Donovan McNabb was that kind of quarterback. Was Donovan McNabb, did he have that initial burst to get past the I don't know, but as a scrambler, he was very dangerous for a long time, even with that little beer gut.
But Trey Lance is already good as a scrambler.
True.
Putting him in a design run is just asinine. So I don't
to me, it's like if you wanted to do that, you should have drafted Justin Fields. He did it. He's a better athlete than Trey Lance. The whole thing with Trey Lance was he was under center. He could be a play action quarterback. You want to be a play action system.
That's why
right?
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't
let him do play action. Hey, when he did play action to Debo against Houston, touchdown. Exactly. It seems like when you get him on the run and play action, like rolling left and right, he's much more dangerous than anyone on the roster. But he's not allowed to do that. So year 3, let's see. Jed, this is your team, Jed. Don't let them get rid of Trey Lance before you actually let him play in a play action system.
Sam Darnold has been a favorite of the Shanahans for a long time. His deal could be up to $11 million.
Up to 11?
Yes, up to $11 million with incentives. It's very similar to a Jimmy G type of deal.
It sounds like he actually got a better deal than Mariota and Baker Mayfield. Like, he actually got a nice little deal.
That's who the Shanahans wanted. And when I say Shanahans, I mean Kyle and his dad, because his dad has a lot of influence.
Yes, he does.
He was on a Coward show talking to Sam Darnold.
I remember that. He also talked to Rosen in that interview too.
Exactly. So I'm going to miss Jimmy Ward, but I totally believe everything he says. And when he said that the 49ers have a quarterback problem, he's absolutely right, because Lance is not a part of the Cabo clique. Yep. You see what I'm saying? And everyone in that Cabo clique is either lukewarm on Lance. They like him. They just don't have the patience to wait for him. They want to win.
Also, think about the Cabo clique too. It's a bunch of guys who wouldn't be getting paid or wouldn't be on this team if the Niners had a real expensive quarterback. $8 million a year for a fullback, $17 million a year for a tight end. These are
tight end's a deal.
Luxuries that you can only have with the rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I think it's in their interest to like always be against the quarterback. Like, he's a pledge.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It really is, because they had Jimmy, and Jimmy was getting paid for a while.
Yeah, but Jimmy got paid before any of them. Jimmy got paid first.
Yeah, I'm saying Jimmy got paid.
Jimmy was older than them.
Else was paid, but
Jimmy got paid
all
first.
I'm saying is that they have a culture issue where they got like kind of a high class little clique at the very top, and I think it's a problem. They still have a quarterback problem, no matter how you look at it, because I don't care what nobody says. You know, we don't even know what Purdy is right now. Is he at his ceiling? He probably has a higher floor. But the reality is the team is so stacked around him that I am 100% confident that if Purdy had to go to some other team, he'd suck. Now, let's put, if Trey Lance can be as competent as Purdy was, and Purdy wasn't exactly that competent. I predicted that Purdy would get hurt because he's small and because he bails on the pocket too soon. Doesn't step up because he can't. Okay? And I was right on that. I predicted that Trey Lance would get hurt because they kept running him between the tackles. And our right tackle supremely sucked.
You know who steps up in the pocket on play action?
Trey Lance.
You know who else?
Who? Yeah, I know. So to me, it's just the writings on the wall is for Shannon and say, oh well, you know, Trey was a bust, but we got another third round pick in Sam Darnold, and he's just fantastic. It's just
and then he'll start 8 games. He'll start 8 games. He'll win a couple playoff games. The Niners will call him the franchise quarterback. They'll give him a 6-year contract with like $300 million guaranteed, and they'll say we got our guy, and they'll make Sam Darnold bobbleheads, and we'll just repeat the Jimmy Garoppolo thing all over again.
It's been 7 years, and his quarterback thing is not figured out yet. And even Kittle,
it never will be.
Even Kittle realized
never will be.
He was in an interview.
This is the con game the Shanahans do. They never figure it out. They always say they're going to get it next year. If you just give us one more year, we'll figure out the quarterback situation. No, you won't. You never will. You never will. But if the Niners fired Kyle and he could go somewhere else where he could just magically inherit a really great quarterback, it might work. That's what worked for Mike. But if you put him on a team and say, pick the quarterback yourself, they'll never get the quarterback.
No, they are not.
They might get him and ruin him, like with RG3 and Trey. They might get him and ruin him, but they're never going to make it work.
No,
unfortunately.
That's their MO, and I think it's the same situation here. I just hope that, you know, that Trey, it's in everyone's best interest that Trey works out, and I just hope that he stands up for himself and he stops being nice and he just balls out. And that if they call a stupid run between the tackles, you know, the best predictor of behavior is past behavior. And when I saw him trying to run through players like he was at North Dakota State, I was like, this kid's going to get hurt because he's not playing NFL quarterback football. You cannot run over people. You just can't do it.
No.
You just be too nicked up. So, yeah, I'm real concerned about the quarterback position. I give the 49ers offseason so far a D+, and that's mostly because the players coming in have not been better than the players they've lost. To me, it's that simple. I see a bunch of D's and D- and pluses. I give them an A for the defensive tackle, but how much of an A is it if you're correcting a mistake you made, a big public mistake that you're still paying, $5 million for this year? Because
I should have just been Buckner all along.
Right. And I feel bad for Kinlaw, but you know what? Kinlaw, it wasn't your fault. You were not put into a position to succeed. You just weren't.
No, he was put in a position to fail.
The same way. Yeah.
Pop, I got to go. Thank you very much. Great stuff.